Hi, I hope you guys are doing well. This is the e-commerce series where I'm going to tell you how you can start your own e-commerce business and run it properly. Now, when we are talking about e-commerce business, the first thing that comes to our mind is what product we are going to sell. The second thing is on which platform we are going to sell it. Then how you're going to market it. But there is a very crucial point or factor in case of any e-commerce business that we tend to forget whenever we are just starting out, and that is fulfillment of the orders. After we have received an order, we need to deliver it to our clients, and that is going to be our responsibility to take care of. A lot can happen after you have dispatched your product and your client have received it, and even after that you can get issues, and that's what we are going to discuss here, that what are the issues going to be and how you can actually solve it. So let's get into it. Now, whenever you receive an order, you are not going to run to the courier office to send the parcel. So what do you actually need? You need a system. You need a system that is going to make your job much more easier. And this can only happen when you are working with an aggregator. An aggregator is a company who works with multiple courier companies for fulfillment. They are going to provide you with a robust system that is going to drive all the orders from your platform to their platform, and there you can actually process the orders. And for every order you are going to get a list of courier companies which can deliver to that particular location. You can choose which one is convenient for you. These are aggregator companies that makes your life really easier, and there are many of them. So choose very wisely, because one is not like the other. One is going to be much more convenient for you than the other, right? Now, in ideal cases, what would happen is you send a parcel, your customer is going to receive it on time, and there is going to be no return after that. But we are not dealing with ideal cases every day, and you are never going to learn if only ideal cases are talked about. So we are going to talk about the non-ideal cases here. Now, case 1. You have sent your parcel and the delivery boy has reached the address properly and your customer have received the order on time. But for some reason he wants to return it. Maybe it's because of any manufacturing issue, or the product didn't match his expectation, but he wants to send it back. By the way, before you start your business, please define the return policy on your website so that you don't get into any argument or any issues later on. Now, whenever someone wants to make a return, he or she will connect with you. You'll ask them to pack the product and send it back to you. Or if your aggregator supports any return orders, then they can pick up from the customer's place or customer's address and send it back to your office. You will receive the product at your office. You will inspect the product if anything is wrong with it, and then you're going to respond to your customer that if you are going to provide an exchange or you're going to provide a refund. Now, if the product has any manufacturing defect, ethically speaking, you need to take care of the delivery charges, both the forward deliveries and the return delivery. So you can understand the delivery is going to consume a lot of money. Case 2. Now, in this case, you have sent the parcel. The delivery guy is out for delivery with the parcel and now he is trying to contact the customer. but the customer is not receiving the call and the delivery guy is not being able to find the address. This is a case where your parcel may get marked as an RTO or return to origin, where your parcel will get back to you. Now, if you're working with an aggregator, you can actually ask them to reattempt the delivery or attempt for a second time next day. They are going to do it, and if you are lucky, then your customer is going to be there to receive the order and the order is not going to become an RTO. But if you're not lucky, then it is going to come back to you and you have to pay for the return journey also. This really happens. This happens a lot. So be careful whenever you are sending a parcel. Now, whenever your parcel is not going to get delivered on the first attempt, it is wise to call the customer from your side. If he or she asks for the delivery in the next attempt, then do it and send the recording of your call, or if you are messaging, then send the screenshot of the message to the aggregator, and this will actually make your case stronger for a second attempt. Now, case 3. Here you have sent the parcel and the delivery boy is out for delivery. He has reached the address and the customer is denying to receive the parcel. This can happen. This actually happens in many cases of cash on delivery, when your client has not paid upfront and he has to pay on the delivery and he is denying it. In this case, the parcel is definitely going to get an RTO. Now, these are the issues that you are going to face while delivering your parcel to your client. So, if these are issues, then what solution you can actually apply to reduce your number of RTOs? What I do for my client is what I'm going to tell you right now. The industry standard of RTO is about 30%, and that should be your target when you are actually starting your business. So let's find out the solutions. Solution number 1. Monitor the locations from where your cash on delivery orders are coming. Monitor those locations, particularly from where your most of the RTOs are happening. From the next time, block all those cash on delivery orders to that particular location or those particular locations. Take only prepaid orders from those locations. That's how the chances of RTOs are going to get reduced. Solution number 2. Call every customer who is placing a cash on delivery order. Ask them, do they need the parcel or not? If they say that they don't need the parcel, then don't send it to them. But in some cases, what would happen is they'll say that, yeah, I need the parcel. You send it to them and then they will deny it. They'll deny to accept the parcel because many people actually do that. But still, call them, confirm it, and then send the parcel. Otherwise, don't. Solution number 3. Make a list of those people who have actually received your order. Make a list of those people who have actually done RTOs. Now, utilize Facebook ads. Whenever you are targeting people, target those people who have actually received the orders and exclude those people who have done the RTOs. Now you are training Facebook to target specifically those people who are actually interested in your product, and they are excluding, they are not going to show your ads to those people who are tend to do RTO. So that's how you can actually significantly reduce the amount of RTOs, and this will actually optimize the budget of your Facebook ads too, because you're targeting the right kind of people who are actually going to receive your orders and who are going to be your customers. So these are the specific solutions that you can apply to reduce your RTOs. Also, you can reduce the number of return orders, the people who are going to attempt to return it. So these are the factors involved in any kind of e-commerce fulfillment. You need to identify the issues, you need to solve the issues, and you need to use a robust system that is going to help you to make the process even better. If I have missed something, please write it down on the comment section. Also, you can send me messages on my social media accounts, and I'm going to leave the links below in the description. So see you in my next video. Bye bye.